Hello, everyone, and welcome to O Mindfulness Guided Meditation. I'm going to lead us in 10 minutes mindfulness of the breath and then share a few words about being with the difficult. So mindfulness is about being in the present moment, and already that's sometimes not obvious for a lot of us. We're always planning, thinking about the past, going here and there, and not being in the here and now. So with mindfulness practice, we develop the capacity to be here and in a certain way, without judgment and with acceptance. So that's not only being in the now, but it's accepting what we find. So being with whatever is there, whether we like it or not. And in that way, we can live our life to the full. Somebody on the retreat last week said, I'd asked to be able to live life fully, and I've just realized that that means living all of it, not just the parts that we like. So it allows us to be fully present and to have a quality of life no matter what's going on. It takes practice, and so by sitting and meditating in a formal way, we engage in, it's like a laboratory, sitting here and focusing on the breath and practicing being with whatever arises, so that when we're in our day-to-day lives, we can do the same thing. We can be with whatever arises. It helps to sit in a dignified posture, but it's not imperative. We like to be here, alert, rather than spacing out. Mindfulness is not about creating any kind of altered state. It's simply being with the present the way it is, being with ourselves the way we are. So it's very safe, it takes practice, and that's why we're here, to support each other in our online Sangha. So thank you for being here. Your presence counts. Now, when you're ready, I invite you to close your eyes or have your eyes semi-closed. Mindfulness of the breath. Coming into the moment through the physical sensations of sitting. Aware of our contact with the chair, with the cushion. Exploring the physical feelings of touch, of pressure, of contact. Noticing if anything changes as we observe. Perhaps there are warmer areas, cooler areas, places where the physical sensations are more apparent, are less apparent. Maybe noticing the feelings in our feet, and our hands, wherever they're resting. By connecting with the body through the physical sensations present, we come effectively into the present moment, coming home to the body, coming home to the now. And adopting an attitude of warmth and kindness. We invite our attention to the breath. Perhaps noticing the belly moving. Observing closely knowing there's no perfect way to practice the meditation. We simply notice what our personal experience is. The swelling and receding of the belly as we breathe. The rising and falling of the rib cage. Perhaps aware of our skin moving against our clothes. Maybe aware of air moving in the throat, in the nostrils. Knowing it's quite normal for the mind to wander. As soon as we notice that we have drifted off, we invite our attention back to the breath, back to the now. The breath is always here. The moment is always here. To welcome you into present moment awareness. Nothing to do or change. Simply observing the breath, refocusing when the mind wanders, and staying kind and compassionate with ourselves as we practice. following each breath all the way in and all the way out. Noticing the detail. Being with the physical feelings of breathing. Whether it's a movement here, a slight stretching there, a letting go, a tingling, a warmth, a coolness. We're simply observing the body as it breathes, all by itself. Each breath is similar, but slightly different to those before and those after. Unique to that moment, present for now, and immediately slipping into the past, giving space to the next moment where we can be present and aware, living each moment in warm and compassionate, mindful awareness. And for the last 2 breaths, being extra warm and kind with ourselves. Observing the movement, observing the breath. And when we're ready, opening our eyes and being aware of that transition too. Or you might like to have a yawn or a stretch. And today I would like to talk about being the witness. So as we observe the breath, and in other meditations we observe the whole of the body in a body scan, we might observe sounds and thoughts, and we develop the capacity to be the witness, to be the observer. And this puts us in a place where we're not caught up in the drama of now. We're still fully alive because we're aware of everything that's going on, but we are not thrown about like flotsam on the waves. We're in the position of the witness, and from this place we can see everything without judgment. It's a place of equanimity where no matter if something is so-called pleasant or unpleasant, we can observe, we can be there, and we are not caught up in the drama. We are not flooded with very strong emotions because we're in the place of the witness. We're still living life fully and we're still emotional beings, but we have this capacity to create a spaciousness, a distance from what's really going on, a kind of detachment, which means that we're not zoning out, we're there, but we're not gripped by the drama of now. So by practicing regularly our formal meditation practice, we develop this capacity, and the more we use this technique to observe and see the detail, the more readily we can use this technique when we're living our day-to-day lives. That's the goal, to live a mindful life. And we can notice the subtleties. Not only will it protect us from very highly charged moments, but also it enables us to be aware of the subtle changes that happen in our lives. And in that way we live more fully. In that way we can see perhaps when there's a little trigger that's setting us off on a negative train of thought. So being the witness, developing this capacity to be aware with curiosity is a valuable skill to learn. So thank you for being here. It's important to practice regularly, and that's the goal of these broadcasts. I'll be back next week for another guided meditation. Please check out the website for more information. I have some courses starting here in France in September, Beausoleil and Nohant-Sartoux, Tuesdays. And I teach online and I guide retreats, and I'm just delighted to be sharing mindfulness with all of you. Thank you for being here, and see you again soon. Have a mindful week.